I would say for us, we definitely are looking at balancing the life cycle costs, which with our upfront building costs, and I would say there's kind of a mixed bag in terms of what wins in each product category in that regard. But I think we are looking at some different finishes, hard surface flooring throughout. The appliance specs are a little bit higher end. We're including refrigerators, for example, and we wouldn't include those, but we don't ever include washer and dryers, which we sometimes would include. So there's some just oddities in that regard, but we definitely are balancing the long-term operational costs in kind of our product design with the upfront building costs. And I think for us, we really think that there's an opportunity in build for rent generally for the, I have a long history in the more traditional multifamily space, which definitely is segmented into different property types. Our goal is really to be kind of a Class A build for rent developer and provider. And so, I think for us, it's not just low cost, because we really think as the industry matures in segments, we really want to be in that type of position. So it is a balancing act for sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll pile on a little bit. I mean, I think we have seen that a little bit overall. I think an investment, a willingness on the part of our customers in this space compared to some of our production single family builders to invest a little bit more upfront. One I'd say example there is, which we haven't spec'd yet on a project, but we've got a couple that look like they probably will, is pre-finished siding. Since we do full rough carpentry service as part of what we provide, that's something that does have an upfront cost implication. I frequently can kind of net out. I think it makes a ton of sense from a labor perspective, from a time perspective, but there's an incremental dollar there typically upfront, and we've seen a willingness on the part of kind of build for rent community to look at that, in part due to cycle time, and then in part due to just the operational impacts of being able to have something with a 30+ year, warranty, and not knowing that that's not something that has to be worried about from an operational expense perspective, as opposed to like, it's going to be fine. Someone will repay it in 5 or 7 years, but it's a little bit different perspective, a little longer term perspective.